Blessings, everyone. Having lots of issues with technology recently. Today is the 3rd of May, Wednesday, 2017. I know that it's showing something to me about the shift in consciousness as well. There seems to be lots of energy breaking down that I'm looking at. There's issues, of course, with communication in terms of our higher self and the grounding of this energy, bringing these energies down to earth, communicating through the heart. In amongst all this, in the way of communication, there's knowing ourselves, which is another level, of course, and that's our own sacred and our own personal communication. It's all intertwined. It feels as if we're experiencing both a breakdown in the illusion as these energies clear more and more, and also a breakdown in terms of who we believe that we are. So as the frequency rises, then we're experiencing more and more of the change through the consciousness. This means our perception is shifting. It can shift quickly in any given moment. Also, there's a need to recognize that true communication comes from the silence that we're receiving hugely now on the planet. Within the silence, there's connections coming in from the one source, and also connections coming in through the higher self, being connected with other souls who are also on a similar vibration. So you may be experiencing this. It depends on your level of sensitivity. As communication opens through the higher energies, we're able to communicate freely with our soul family at an organic level. This means that we don't have any dysfunction in our communication at the level of heart. There's also a sense of the truth coming through, where we truly know what is real within all these energies that are shifting. So technology is, I'm feeling the shift through technology also. As we become more and more free of technology in terms of our true connection, both with ourselves and also with the higher source, then technology, there's less attachment. That's the proper way to put it, I think. I feel that it's a breakdown through our need to really be clear with communication, and knowing that technology is not a true form of communication. It can break down. It's continually changing. For me, I experience technology changing when I'm in the middle of doing something, which I'm laughing at, but I've got used to things breaking down when I'm in the middle of focus and doing things. So it's been my life's passage. I can't really expect anything from anyone or anything, because things literally just break, and because the energy's changed. So there isn't any possibility of being attached to anything. Living in the moment and being free is also this is part of the shift as well, of course, for all of us that are going through change, is recognizing that we need to be and allow life to live through us, rather than us trying to control or focusing on something that may not be our path. It can be very complex if I start talking about it in detail, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep it simple. So I'm just sharing my experience and also what I'm seeing in terms of the shift of the ages. The energies in terms of the shift that's coming through. It feels as if it's, I don't know, it feels quite mellow to me, but there's a lot of sound coming in. I'm permanently listening to sound nowadays. There's always sound. There's all this energy that's downloading onto the planet, that at one time it was there and I could deal with the energy, particularly in the evenings. But nowadays it seems to be there 24/7. It's just there all the time, waking up to, I mean, it just never goes away. I have it 24 hours a day now. So there's this continual sound and a frequency that's coming in. The sound is changing. I've noticed more recently that it's feeling lighter. The vibration feels lighter, which says to me that the planet is receiving a more effervescent energy. It's saying to lighten up, basically. It's really important to be in our joy and to keep our humour. And even though we may be laid out because we're experiencing so much energy, for those of us that are really sensitive and going through these processes, as we upgrade and become freer, and the crystalline body is amping up, I feel, within us, then we get these lifts of energy, which are, for me, it feels very permanent. That I do feel uplifted all the time, even when I'm resting and having to sleep for a while. As the body is changing and the crystalline energy is amping up, then the need for sleep as we knew it is no longer there. There's no sleep, really. I feel as if I'm in a permanent state of meditation. I may rest for a while and go off into some dream state for a few hours, but it's not rest as we would regard sleep to be. It's more of a shift in my consciousness. So the crystalline upgrades are bringing less and less sleep as we knew it. There's a sense of balance coming in, which is a plateau of energy, where we're really living in more of a dream state. It's not terribly comfortable always to be feeling that you're dealing with different levels and really feeling into this shift of the ages, because it's affecting the body through the DNA, and therefore the DNA is showing itself to those of us that are highly sensitive. So it can come through as memories or insights, but insights into what, I guess, into the past rather than it being the present. But it's consciousness that's shifting, so it's important not to hold on to these memories that we're getting or these insights. Lots of grieving, I feel, through the heart. This can come through in our dreams, and also it can be felt within the body. The grief doesn't have any attachment to anything. It may attach itself to something if you want it to, but it really isn't attaching itself to anything. It's consciousness that's moving. So it's important to recognize that it's a freeing up process. I'm going to send some energy through and a blessing. Really just allowing and sending energy to this intensity that we're experiencing on the planet. Very deep resonance with the soul as well. So there may be a feeling of separation with that until the energies combine. When we have soul communication with the personality, which is also connected with the body and this identity that we carry, then the communication between the soul and the body is a process of oneness, and therefore there's a need to recognize the beauty and being able to spend time either in meditation or just really quietly connecting in with the soul and the guidance that comes at soul level, where the soul is able to really enlighten you with what's happening in terms of your life passage and any experiences that you're having through this shifting of the DNA in the body. If you can manage to get in there to this space of deep communication, you feel the sense of oneness and completion. So it's beautiful. So I'm just sending energy through today and sending it into these energies and this intensity that is continuous, and these the light beings that are supporting the process. I'm just asking for them to really come in and support us through our own personal process. and just allowing anything that is out of sync to be released, anything that's limiting, and yeah, opening the heart, of course. So if you've been feeling emotional recently, and not knowing why you're feeling emotional, then it's the body that's releasing at cellular level, and it's clearing more energy. Wow, that's quite something. So I'm just I'm just sending a blessing through, and I'll speak to you soon. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.